Welcome back, working on the 240SX again today. The last time we saw this, it was running, and you know, that clip somewhere here sounds great, right? Well, now we're gonna do an important thing, which is now that it's running, we gotta be able to stop. So we're gonna be working on the brakes. Now, in most cases, I'd say all gas, no brakes, but that's really great until you need to stop. So, quick rundown on the brakes. Actually, we'll go to the other side of the car since the wheels are off. These brakes are what you would find on like a 350Z, 370Z. They're like the Akibono brakes is what they're technically called, but it's just an OEM part number option. And we made these work on GK Tech knuckles, and these are 350Z, 370Z rotors as well. Nothing crazy other than the fact that they're a two-piece rotor. And those are from Disc Brake Australia. We work with them a lot, so anything that you want done as far as brakes and stuff like that, we use DBA for pretty much all that stuff. This is a street car. Normally you would see like a dual caliper setup here, but once again, just a 350Z single piston brake, two pistons on either side clamping onto the disc. It runs an inline hydro e-brake. So I'm gonna open this door, and then I'm gonna show you, Connor, the hydro e-brake. Right in the middle of the car. I'm gonna go over there real quick. So, don't mind all the wiring and random nonsense.
Oh, it's leaking.
It is leaking, yes. That's what I'm working on right now. This is a hydro e-brake. So what that is hydraulic. I use hydro for short in this. But this is a, basically we take out the cable operated handbrake mechanism and we replace it for this. This hijacks the hydraulic system in line with what's happening to the rear of the car. So when I pull this brake, it essentially is doing the same clamping force that I would be using with my foot on the foot pedal, but directly to the rear brakes and only the rear brakes. So when you see like Ken Block, Travis Pastrana, or all the crazy FD guys or whatever, your friends with hydraulic e-brakes ripping the e-brake and it's like an instant lock type thing and they're sliding. That's what this is. You can run it in many different ways. You can run it as a standalone unit with a dual caliper setup. And you can also run it in line like we're doing right now. This is more of a street setup. And you're gonna say, oh, cool, well, what about my parking brake? Because, you know, I mean, you could technically use this as a parking brake, but how do you lock it? Well, in this case, we're gonna eliminate that completely. And we're gonna use this right here, which is basically a really fancy box surrounded by a servo that pulls the factory parking brake. So that would be like the hub style parking brake. That's still in the car. That is a 300Z type thing. One thing to mention, when it comes to 240s and everything, they're pretty much Frankenstein cars. We can use stuff on any different chassis on this. I've done, I think it was Evo brakes or Subaru STI brakes on the rear before, and those just bolt in. I think you might have to drill them out, or I forget, it's a long time ago, but you can do a lot of stuff. You can use like Q45 or Q50 axles and stuff for like 1,000 horsepower setups. And they'll hold a lot of power. There's a lot of stuff you can do on these cars that are like an OEM option and you just like make it work, which is kind of cool. But that's why these cars are so, you know, sought after and so popular in the drifting and in the car community in general. It's really easy to work on them and it's really cheap a lot of times. These cars are definitely far from cheap now. But yeah, so once the brakes are done, we'll put these really cool custom heritage 3-piece wheels back on the car. And then hopefully we can get some video of the car rolling and driving around. And maybe we'll do some burnouts and donuts and random stuff like that.
Classic. Okay, so you're gonna follow me. So I'm working on Alejandro's car. This is part of our TX2K prep. We're gonna take 3 cars there: Nate's, Alejandro's, and Parker's. So this car got updated from last year's TX2K. It got a 7485 turbo now. We're gonna treat it pretty conservatively, shooting for about like 800 to 900 horsepower on it. Turbo's capable of way more. We don't really care about turning it up too much. We just want to go rounds in Texas. So we're going to be doing that. We made a new harness yesterday for it. Updated, added some stuff. He changed the heads out. He's now got AVCS in these heads. So we had to update cam sensors, AVCS solenoids, and a few other things. So we just made a whole new harness, kind of updated it with the new stuff that we got here now. And we're going to change the ECU and fuse and relay box setup that I had on there before. I wore this car like a little over a year ago, I think. So we're gonna keep a lot of the stuff. We're going PDM soon to just eliminate all the relays, all the fuses and all that stuff, simplify the wiring a little bit and maybe make it a little bit nicer with like a keypad or something like that. Like kind of like what you saw in the Foxzilla. So we're planning on doing that in the future, but for now we're gonna keep the same. We're kind of in a rush to get the car done, you know, but we want to do it right. So it would simplify our job if we just keep it the way it is. So that's what we're gonna do. So 7685 ID2000s, I believe. Dual Weldon fuel pumps. Car should be able to make about 800 to 900 horsepower. So that's our goal for now. It's also getting an updated DCCD transmission. Right now it has a JDM viscous transmission in it, so we're doing a whole lot of upgrades in this thing, so it should perform a lot better now. We're shooting for about low 9s, mid 8s with this thing, so we'll see how we do, you know, with everything and all the things that we're doing. We're trying our best to just get all the cars that are going there and into the 8-second range, but I mean, time will tell. We'll see how we do.
Hello, I would be talking into this, but it's out of battery.
Welcome to shit posting.
Yes.
no shit.
What I need is a Justin Timberlake little mouthpiece to be, you know, right here at my face.
God.
Like,
Yes.
In sync.
any hoozled. I got a nice pallet of parts from Canada. So it was Japan first, and then it went to Canada, and then it went to here. Well, actually, it went to somewhere else, and then it went to here. We global. Prestige. International. So we have 3, count them, 3 engines. We got 1J, that's Toyota for you guys that don't understand it, on the wrong side of the world. And then we got 2 more Japanese engines, Nissan, RB25 Series 2, and then a Nissan SR20 blacktop engine. So that'd be like S13 engines, non-VCT stuff, whatever, yeah. These engines are becoming increasingly hard to find, so now we have just 3 of them, and to be honest, there's no plan. There's no
This
plan.
is going in the Skyline, isn't it?
No, we got the RB30.
Actually, so this one is going in the Z.
Datsun?
Yeah, the Datsun. So my girlfriend Kelsey Zeman, shout outs to her. You can tag her.
Everything. Tag all the
Dude,
stuff.
add all the stuff. But my lady's got a 280Z. And we're gonna put an RB25 in it because she's not a fucking pleb and puts a Toyota motor in a fucking Nissan. We're gonna have to bleep out a lot of this stuff. And then we got another SR because SRs are sick. And then we have the 1J for
The ISF.
yeah.
IS300.
Or IS300, yeah. Yeah! I was gonna say Grayson's over there freaking out. He still doesn't own the engine, but like that's the plan.
Hey, I don't own the car either.
Yeah, he actually doesn't own the car either. But we're forcing him to build a drift car. Yeah. I'm gonna actually force everybody to build a drift car. I'm just gonna have engines show up, and then you guys are gonna have to.
Find something to put in.
Yeah.